Now, currently, as we speak, a certain story revolving the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya and one of the aspiring presidential candidate has made headlines in the country. It is the story of Chief Justice David Maraga, where David Maraga has been named as a project of President William Ruto in the politics of Kisii County and Nyamira County so that he would be a divisive factor on determining how the votes of the said counties would go. As we speak, the president is expected to visit Kisii County in the few coming days after his Mount Kenya tour. So he is expected to visit Nyamira County and Kisii County. But as this tour of the president in the region where Maraga comes from is about to go down, the said former Chief Justice and a man that has made his ambitions known to the people of the Republic of Kenya that he would be vying for the presidency seat in the year 2027 has been accused of being involved with President William Ruto. And this is what was exposed to us by one blogger, Mavrika Oko, who as of recent days been uh, a great supporter of Maraga's candidature. Now, Mavrika Oko has currently decided to take a swipe at Maraga, revealing that Maraga is not who we thought he is. That Maraga is not as genuine as he thought he would be, because currently he is a project of the president. Listen to what she said. And should I remind you that Mavrika Oko has been one of the most resourceful bloggers in the Republic of Kenya, with her intel always proving to be right. She says Maraga's emissaries have just left Kindiki's official residence in Karen. Time clocked out 1:47 a.m. in the morning. Shit, I refuse to admit Elder Maraga is a project. Until Nelson Avi of Juris Pesa was given the assignment to sell him. Been wondering, Maraga alipea Ruto, huyu Maraga Ruto alipea kazi juzi You do know, immediately Ruto took office, alipea Maraga kazi, the police reforce task force. Now she says, let me breathe. NIS has a little bit of that on our elder. To be fair and honest, he wasn't corrupt, but he is an SDA adherent na ako na mtoto nje, walimpata through hiyo. If you are not an SDA and know how they behave, shut your mouth. Those people are more strict than the military. Now let me go back to speaking about this with an open mind. Now, as we speak, there is a certain force that has currently been born in Kisii, Nyamira, and some parts of the western part of Kenya, where most of the people there believe that the former Cabinet Secretary of Interior, Fred Matiangi, has a chance at becoming the replacement of President William Ruto come the year 2027. So, which means some certain blocks are not going to vote for President William Ruto. It doesn't matter that the MOU signed between President William Ruto and Raila Amolo Odinga was to bring in the Western votes, the Kisii votes, and also the Nyanza block region votes into President William Ruto's ballot box. But now things are starting to change. The Western have their kingpin, who is the leader of Tawe movement, that is Governor George Natembeya. The Kisii and Nyamira have their sons, that is none other than Fred Matiang'i. Now, to have these people divided, they have to plant in projects. And the projects that I'm hearing is that one Fred Matiang'i's vote are meant to be divided by the presence of David Maraga in the ballot papers come the year 2027. Now remember, we also have intel that Maraga will choose a deputy presidential candidate from the Mount Kenya region. And lately we were told that Maraga's running mate might be none other than Irongo Kangata or MP Didi Nyoro. But more so, Didi Nyoro would be the perfect fit because Irongo Kangata is on his first term as the governor of Murang'a County. So Maraga and Didi Nyoro, together with Akina Kangata, they are meant to launch a party. There is a party that is being funded secretly by the president and the state, and this party is meant to see Maraga run with it for the presidency, with none other than Didi Nyoro becoming is running. So if Didi Nyoro is the project of Ruto in the Mount Kenya region, he divides the votes of the mountain. And Maraga is the project of Ruto in Kisii, Nyamira, and the western part of Kenya. He divides uh, Fred Matiangi's votes. What would that mean? That would mean that this force would really make Ruto win. Why am I saying that? If the mountain isn't united, are we together? If the mountain isn't united, and if the Mulembe nation isn't united, and the Kisii bloc isn't united, that means there is no way that the opposition will produce a credible candidate to beat William Ruto in the year 2027. And ndio maana nawaambia, if the intel that we received is true that Maraga is secretly working with Kithure Kindiki and the rest, kumbuka inasemekana alionekana akitoka wapi? Karen residence. Rigathi Gachagua told us what about Karen residence ambapo ndipo Kithure Kindiki anaishi, that containers of money filled with dollars ndizo zimewekwa kule. Tuko pamoja? You know, all we can say is that we are trying to find it understandable why Maraga should be visiting Kithure Kindiki. Why? I mean, of all the people. Yet, we have seen Maraga openly criticizing how the government of the day carries its operations. Kumbuka, Matiangi anarejea nchini. Matiangi is expected to land back in the country. So to have attention divided, money will be given to Maraga, resources will be pumped to Maraga to ensure that his campaign is one to reckon. And if his campaign is so explosive, that means he will give Matiangi a run for his money. And Matiangi will be, atakuwa na competition fiti. Si eti venye, people expected that if Maraga was to run, he will run on that soft voice of his and all that. But sahi, kila biashara ya siasa ni pesa mzee. Pesa ikimwagwa hapo, Matiang'i, Maraga atakuwa anafoka kama Semba Marara. Na the same time, Matiang'i on the other hand has been so quiet. He hasn't declared his bid, but he is expected to make an homecoming soon as the month comes to an end. For now, that is what is trending. I really want to hear your thoughts in regards to this. Kwa sababu, kama hawa ndio projects, that means Ruto will win the election the year 2027 na tutaendelea kunyanyaswa na kuumia. Achia maoni yako kwenye comment section, and thank you for always supporting our work.